Thank you for whoever subscribed my channel, and please continue to encourage your friends to subscribe it. Today our lesson will be about Sunrise 12. In this lesson we're going to learn about how we give instructions. Then we have adverb of sequences. We use first or firstly or first of all. All those three are the same meaning. Second, secondly, second of all. Then, after or after that. Then we have next, finally, lastly, last of all. Then how we use, we can learn here modal, infinitive, simple present. I choose a subject called studying in a university abroad. Sometimes we call overseas or outside the country. We use here article. We have two kind of article which make a difference between American English and British English. According to the American English we use a. According to the British English we use an. But let's go to the formula. The formula for this, we use adverb, then you put comma, then subject, then modal, then after the modal we said infinitive. It means after the modal, no es, no s, no ed, no ing. Then we have the complement, mean to continue the whole meaning of the sentences. Let's go to the sentences. First, you have to search for a university which is offering your preferred specialty. Let's go analyze the sentences. We have the adverb of sequence first, then we have to put comma. Then we start the sentences. You have to search for a university. Let's go until here. If we look at the sentence, we have you as a subject, then we have to as a modal. Then we said after the modal we have infinitive. It means no es, no s, no ed, no ing. Then we put here, that's the infinitive. That's the complement of the sentences. Then we have here, which is offering your preferred specialty. This is which is, it means referring to the university. Sometimes we could delete this and then we keep it like this. For example, we say this is a little better high level of grammar or professionality. We say first, you have to search for a university offering your preferred specialty. Sometimes we have sentences like this. It gives you instruction like this. You say first, search for a university offering your preferred specialty. Okay, let's go to the second one. Second, you have to fill in or out. Those are the same meaning for both. An online application. Let's go analyze it. Second, adverb, then comma, then you as the subject, then have to is the modal, then fill in, we call them, is a verb, then that from two parts, fill in. An online application, there's going to be object for that. If you still remember, we said sometimes you could delete the subject and the modal, especially when we give an instruction. You say second, fill in an online application. The second kind of sentences, when we make it, we could make it like this. Sometimes we have two sentences, combine it with each other. We have adverb, then subject, then modal, then infinitive, then complement. Then we have a comma because we're connecting two sentences to each other. Then we have subject, then maybe we have a modal, or maybe it could be in the present time, then a complement. Let's go read it. Then you need to submit all your documents. If you look to the sentences here, this is the adverb of sequences, then continue the sentences. You is the subject, need to, this is, we call them semi-modal. It means act exactly as a model in some time, and then sometime we call them different verb. Submit, that's the infinitive or the root of the verb. Then we have the complement. Then let's go to the second kind of adverb we use it. After the university receives all the required documents, then we put comma, then start the second sentences. It will issue you an offer letter. If we look to the sentences here, this is here we have the adverb, then we have the subject, we say the university. Then we have receives, this is gonna be simple present. Then we have the complement, if we look here. Then we have the second sentences, because this connection here. Then we say it, the subject, then will is the modal, then issue is the infinitive, then you issue you an offer letter. You is gonna be object, then the complement. Sometimes some sentences, if you remember, we said in high professional, we could delete this subject here, then the verb here we have to change it. We cannot leave it like this. The other reason we delete this to make it like this. The other reason, if we look to this sentences, that we have it. Then we have to change it from the regular verb to gerund. We say after receiving, because usually after the preposition here, then this one is going to be ing form. Then you say here, after receiving all the required documents, here we could say it will issue you an offer letter. But sometimes, because if we delete the subject here as it was here, then we have to put back the university to know what it is referring to. Okay, let's go to continue. Sometimes we have like this formula, adverb plus that, then we put comma, then the subject, then the modal, or maybe simple present, then continue. Let's go here. After that, comma, you pay the university tuition fee. Here's gonna be regular present simple. Then we could say here, you, subject, pay, like present simple. The university is gonna be, the university tuition fees is the object for the subject here. But when we look here, we say after that. Look here, that. That, it means here, if you look to the sentences here, it means after the university receives all the required documents, you see, it will issue you an offer letter. It means all this information, or the two long sentences, is substituted by that. It means after the university receive all the required document, it will issue you an offer letter. But sometimes we make reduction in the sentences, that we call it here after that. It means this is that is referring to this information here. Now let's continue. The other sentences, then you need to apply for student visa and study permit at the embassy of that country. Okay, let's analyze it here. Then is the adverb. Then we have you as the subject. Then need to is the semi-modal, or you sometimes call them modal. Then apply is the infinitive. For is a preposition. Then student visa and study permit, then we call them object of the preposition. Okay, let's continue. After you get the visa, you can fly to study in that country. If you look here, we have after you get the visa, then we put comma, then start the second sentences or the second part of the sentences. And here, if we look at it, we have adverb, then we have you as the subject, then get as the regular verb for the present time. The visa is going to be the object for this sentence or the you. Then the second sentence says you can fly to study in that country. You is the subject, then can is the modal, then fly is the infinitive, which is following the modal here, as we said it. No es or no s, no ed, no ing is only the root of the verb. If you remember, we said sometimes we could delete the subject and then the verb, we have to change it. We cannot keep it like this. We cannot only delete the subject, we say after get. Because here when we have the verb, we have to have a subject for it. That's the reason we change this. We make it like after getting the visa. You see here, this get, or you could say the subject here, which is you, is deleted. Then we change get from the verb or regular verb to a gerund or ing form, sometimes we say. Then we say after getting the visa, you can fly to study in that country. Okay, let's go to another story also beside how to give instruction. If you remember, also we said that you could make it shorter. Sometimes we say like this. For example, after receive or receiving all the requirement, after that pay, we could delete this. You could say after that pay the university tuition fee, and you could say then apply for student visa. We see here, you could delete this also to make it short. And then also you could say here after that pay the university, then apply after getting. If you look here again also, you could make a contraction after getting the visa, you can fly to study in that country. Let's go to the second story about how to give instruction. Instruction in renewing your passport. Adverb, comma, subject, modal or semi-modal, infinitive complement. First, you have to fill in, or it could be out, same meaning we said it, the passport application forms. If you remember, you said you could say here, make it short. After you say first fill in, or sometimes you say fill out the passport application form. Then the second one, second, comma, you need to ensure that you have all the supporting documents. If you remember, you could say here, you could make it short or contraction. Second, ensure that you have all the supporting document. Then maybe you could have sentences like this. Then you go to the passport office, or sometimes you could say delete the subject, then go to the passport office. Or you continue like saying, after paying all the fees, the officer will give you an appointment. Then we have the adverb. Then you could say here, if you could go to the second sentence, sorry here, second sentence is, we made the reduction from here, like we said it is more professional or more high grammar. After you, we delete you, then we change pay to paying, because we have to make it gerund. After paying all the fees, the officer will give you an appointment. Or maybe sometimes we say after that, then you have to put comma here, then you go to pick up your passport. If you remember, we said this, that, it means all this information here. After paying all the fees, the officer will give you an appointment. Then you say you go to pick up your passport. Then we say finally, you have your passport and you are ready to travel. If you look at this and let's analyze this. We say adverb, comma, you have your passport. If you look until here for sentences, then if you remember, we say you could delete this, the subject here. Sometimes we say making short, finally, have your passport. Sorry, this one, if we delete it, gonna make different meaning. We could keep it this better. Finally, have your passport, you have your passport and you are ready to travel. But we could delete it here, delete the subject and the verb. Then we make it like this sometimes. Finally, you have your passport and ready to travel. Okay, thank you very much for listening. The next lesson will be about how we make suggestion. Then we're gonna learn there how we make gerund, or how to use semi-modal or imperative, or sometimes we could say deleting F and the subject of the sentences.